The Resident Evil franchise has been going a long time, switching up styles, perspectives, and everything in between. I still find it crazy that from Resident Evil 1 all the way to Resident Evil 8, I find that I have fun with every single one of these games. But which part did I enjoy the most? Which part was the most memorable? Well, that's what we're here to find out. This is my most memorable moments from almost every Resident Evil game. Don't go away. Resident Evil 0. My most memorable moment from Resident Evil 0 is anytime you enter a save room. I guarantee there's going to be a lot of moments on this list that are completely out of left field. This might be one of them. But if you watch my video of ranking all the save themes, you wouldn't really be surprised. I ranked this number 1. In fact, me talking about it really doesn't do it justice because it's all about the save theme, so take a quick listen. This is my most memorable moment from Resident Evil 0. Resident Evil 1. The clock room.
Saw this coming.
So initially I thought about doing the moment of cannibals because anytime they get up and run at you is insane. But I just couldn't get around the fact that without thinking of this room and the ambience that the clock brings. Not only that, but this is where the first zombie dies, and he also gets up and runs away extremely quick. Everything about this room is just the most memorable part for me. The most memorable moment of Resident Evil 2 is the upgraded shotgun. This is another thing on this list that is sound-based. So without saying too much, I just want to say that the shotgun upgrade sounds like a cannonball. And I mean, it sounds like the zombie should explode in half and the shot's gonna go through through 5 layers of walls through to the next city. I mean, this shotgun sounds insane, and it's the most memorable part of Resident Evil 2 for me. The most memorable part of Resident Evil 3, Nemesis, for me, easy. It's one of my most favorites of the entire franchise, in fact. It is the intro monologue by Jill. For some weird reason, her monologuing about what happened with Umbrella and what she's going to do and what's happening with Raccoon City, and combined with what I think is really damn good music here, I mean, I'd play through Resident Evil 3 just to hear this again.
An ordinary day in Raccoon City. A city controlled by Umbrella. No one dared to oppose them, and that lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight.
Oh, why is this taking so long?
My favorite moment from Resident Evil Code Veronica is the cutscene where Alfred reveals he's been cross-dressing as Alexia. So I thought about, there was actually a good number of things I could have put here. I put this cutscene as my favorite moment because when this happens, on the first playthrough at least, you know, there's a light bulb moment where you're like, oh, all these cutscenes prior wasn't Alexia, it was Alfred cross-dressing. And I don't know, I feel like that's a really good story twist. And although there was a lot of moments I could have chose from, I chose this.
What? No!
Wait a second. What just happened?
So there never was an Alexia after all.
You mean he thinks he's 2 people? Okay, that's it.
It was extremely hard to pick my favorite moment from Resident Evil 4, but it's gotta go to Krauser.
Leave Ashley out of this.
Oh, I needed her to buy Sadler's trust in me. Like you, I'm American.
And okay, maybe I'm stretching the list a little bit here, but it's not a specific moment with Krauser, it's just Krauser in general. The Krauser knife fight is probably like one of the most memorable things of my childhood, weirdly. And the dialogue between Leon and Krauser is just some of my favorite dialogue in the franchise.
But you'll need 3 insignias to open it.
What are you gonna do, Krauser?
There's one in the north, and the other in the east.
And let me guess, you got the last one.
My favorite moment of Resident Evil 5 is the beginning of Chapter 6-3.
Go right here. No, I can't see that way then. And he'll see me from here.
This extends out more to a co-op, playing fun with a friend sort of thing. But there were a lot of times where we would get home from school and we would just play through specifically Chapter 6-3 and get the 2 machine gun guys going and the 2 spiders going at once, and there'd be absolute chaos. And I gotta be honest, one of my most favorite soundtracks of the entire series is the Chapter 6-3 theme. I mean, this is one of the best levels in gaming as a whole, and I just couldn't say enough good things about Chapter 6-3. Way too many memories here to be not my most memorable moment.
Run. By the way, I thought I would have the angle on, but I didn't. Try shooting through the wall. Oh, it almost hit me.
Right under
Watch
you.
the guy above you. Help! Behind me! Oh my god.
They're gaming.
Go, let's go.
Don't hit me, please! Okay. This is insane.
My favorite moment from Resident Evil Revelations is the story reveal that Chris is on the wrong ship. I could have chose a lot of things here. Revelations is an underrated game, I'll tell you that. And it was hard to choose, but I ended up choosing this moment where Jill and Parker are seemingly about to drown. Like, they are drowning and you know Chris is on the way, right? Chris and Jess are getting there. It's like, you know, time is up, and he opens the door to save them, but there's no water. And you as a player, as a first-time player, I was thinking, what the hell? And he's like, I think we're on the wrong ship.
The Aero's around there! Hurry!
Nobody home.
Where'd you go, Jill?
My favorite moment from Resident Evil 6 is, and this is one out of left field, anytime you counter an enemy. I gotta be honest, Resident Evil 6 combat system I've always enjoyed, I've always liked. And I gotta be honest, the best part of it has always been the countering. Countering is satisfying as hell. No need to talk about it. Take a look at this.
Not sure. I'll make this up as I go.
Chris is on the roof trying to take that chopper down.
Not going too well for him, is it?
My favorite moment of Resident Evil Revelations 2. Now, I thought about this. I thought about saying raid mode as a whole. But I feel like saying an entire game mode is my favorite moment is a bit of a stretch. So, I'll go with my backup plan. My favorite moment of Resident Evil Revelations 2 is the menu. Straight up one of the best soundtracks in the series. Not even close. And shout out to the developers. It's not just a static menu that you just click play and continue on. It's an actual interesting, well-designed menu with a great soundtrack. My favorite moment of Resident Evil 7 is walking out of the Baker Mansion for the first time. The Baker Mansion was a hellhole filled with lots of molded, lots of traps, Joe Baker walking around. Once you get the 3 dog heads and you walk out of that door, it's like a breath of fresh air. The game setting being at night with all the ambient lighting out there and how it looks, one of my favorite designs of a level in Resident Evil. My favorite moment of the Resident Evil 2 remake is using the shotgun. There was a lot of things I could have chose from here, but straight up, using the shotgun is just always one of the most insane things I see. My favorite moment of Resident Evil 3 Remake is, well, Jill. Honestly, I couldn't really think of too much I like here. Honestly, there's not too much. The best parts of Resident Evil 3 Remake is when Jill is on screen. That is it.
You don't really think a pencil pusher like Barton is still alive, do you?
I have it on good authority.
My favorite moment from Resident Evil 8 is when you find the Alpha Lycan. Now, I know there's like an actual name like the Varcolac or whatever you want to call it, but the Alpha Wolf looking thing was insane. That was my favorite moment of the game. The game does a good job of rewarding you for exploring, and I felt like I got doubly rewarded here because I already went back to this spot and got my reward. I went back again, and there was another one, just by crazy chance. On top of that, this felt like the hardest enemy in the game, and was one hell of a fight.
Thought he'd be dead by now.
Pipe! More pipe? Nothing but pipe? Ball down?
Did I really die to that guy? Oh, okay, hold up. So that's it. My favorite moments from almost every Resident Evil game is ranked. What about you? Is there any specific game or specific moment that for some weird reason you just absolutely love? As you see from my list, it could be anything. Leave a comment down below, but for now, I'm your host, SaberPoint Entertainment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.
Stars.
What is up? I know what you're thinking. You're only here for the bonus Easter egg soundtrack I put in at the end of every video. But did you also know I have a donation page under Buy Me a Coffee? Donate whatever you want to my channel and I'll put half that back to an environmental charity. So that's that. Enjoy the music. Peace out.